If you're new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and also hit the bell as well for new videos every day, every week.
What's going on, all of my fellow Joy-Con boys and girls? This is your boy, Nintendo Logan. We're once again back at it again here. With once again another stream for you guys here. And of course, happy Friday to everybody watching the stream right now. No matter if you're watching this live right now, or if you're watching this later on the replay as well. Oh my gosh, I already want to go live. I'm already lagging already. Are you serious? Right when I go live too. Like, come on, man. Why is it already? Okay, alright. Let's have it all good right there. Really sorry about that right there, folks. I'm still lagging. Oh, are you serious, man? Alright, hold up, guys. We're having some technical difficulties right here. Like, man, I can't believe right when I go live, I'm already having technical difficulties already. Well, this is just great. Let me see here. Okay, just making sure everything's good. No, just bear with me a little bit here. Okay, I think we should be good, hopefully. I think we should be good. Okay, alright, I think we should be good right there. Really sorry about that right there, folks. If there's any more lag throughout the stream, I really do want to apologize right there. Like, man, like I said, already a great way to start the stream right here, but anyways, let's restart the intro right here. So what's going on, all of my fellow Joy-Con boys and girls? This is your boy, Nintendo Logan. We're once again back at it again here. With once again another stream right here for you guys. And like I already mentioned before, happy Friday to everybody watching the stream right now. No matter once again if you're watching this live or if you're watching this later on the replay as well. And yeah, as you guys already know, we are once again about to do another episode of our Friday morning show that we do every single Friday at 9:30 AM Eastern and 6:30 AM Pacific time. Of course, recapping all the latest Nintendo news from the past week. With, of course, the Nintendo News Roundup once again. And this is episode 73 that we're going to be doing for this morning show once again. And yeah, there's been a lot of great news that has been coming up from the past week. And we're, of course, going to be discussing it all in today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup. So, hope you guys once again are excited about this. And if you guys are, man, guys, as always, give the stream a thumbs up if you guys are looking forward to today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup. And if you guys are brand new to the channel too, make sure guys, as always, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure guys turn on all notifications. Tonight I'm sending more upcoming episodes of Nintendo News Roundup every single Friday, and also keep up to date on more upcoming Nintendo and Nintendo Switch 2 content next in the near future. And plus also, right after the stream at 10:30 AM Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing another episode of DK Bonanza right after the stream wraps up at once again 10:30 AM Eastern Standard Time. So make sure guys do stay tuned for that. As well as, later on tonight, at 5 PM Eastern Standard Time too, we're going to be doing another Mario Party Jamboree game night stream, which is going to be one of our first weekly game nights we're going to be doing for this month. So yeah, make sure guys stay tuned for all of that. It's going to be pretty exciting once again. And I'm hoping I can actually figure out the technical difficulties that were going on here before we go over DK Bonanza and also Mario Party Jamboree once again. So just letting you guys know, if there's any more lag or any more buffering, do bear with me a little bit. And if I start lagging again, I think I might pause the stream to, you know, try to adjust some settings and whatnot to make sure the rest of the stream doesn't lag. So, also, if you guys have not yet subscribed to the other channels yet, some of those channel links will be in the description below, as well as on the main page of our YouTube channel. And finally, if you want to become a member in our amazing Discord community, that info will also be in the description below. If you guys want to know how to join our Discord server, if you guys have not yet joined it, and once again, want to become a member in there, in our Discord server. But if you do not do any of that stuff, but do not hit that like button either, because I had to get on you guys a little bit for not hitting the like button and whatnot. But if you guys do not do any of that, Register Fizme will come out here and say, what's wrong with you? It's some of y'all do not do any of that following stuff that I just mentioned to you guys. So, anyways, without any further ado, we're not going to waste any more time, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into our news topics for today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup. Now that we've wasted so much time, thanks to once again these technical difficulties. But we're going to be kicking off things with our first news item on the stream. And as many of you all know, we recently just had a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase that pretty much went live as of yesterday, as of the time of recording this. We just had a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase highlighting some brand new third-party games that are going to be making their way to not only the Switch 1, but also for the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. And we do have a full list of all the games that that pretty much got announced during yesterday's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Which I know some people were still disappointed that it was not an actual general Nintendo Direct with, like, including some first-party games along with it. But it was still pretty cool what they had to show off here overall. With these games that they pretty much highlighted in this partner showcase. So all this information is coming from NintendoEverything.com, and they have a list of all the games that were announced once again during this recent Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. So starting from the top, Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, which is releasing on the Switch 2 sometime in 2026. So that's what they pretty much started out the show with. And then we have Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which has gotten a brand new gameplay trailer. And it's releasing for Switch 2 in this winter. But it's unfortunate that they didn't really give us an actual release date for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's cool that we saw it in there, but come on, Nintendo, you gotta give it at least giving us a release date on Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, because we still have not yet had an actual full release date for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. So yeah, that still is the date of winter sometime in winter. And then, EA Sports Madden NFL 26. Of course, we got our first ever look at the Switch 2 footage of Madden NFL 26. Which, I mean, honestly, thinking about it, kind of digesting it a little bit more, it looked pretty good, though, to be honest. Maybe the thing that's rough about it is when some of the players are, like, going out on the field to, get ready to start the game. The frame rate did look a little bit choppy, but overall, the actual gameplay itself, when, you're running around on the field, it actually looked really good. And so, Madden NFL 26, of course, will be releasing on August 14th on Switch 2. But if you pre-order the Deluxe Edition before August 7th, you won't be able to actually play the game a week early by the time it actually does official release for everybody else. If, once again, you only pre-ordered the Deluxe Edition before August 7th. And then also, another EA Sports game that was also shown off. EA Sports FC 26, which will be releasing on September 26th, about the Switch 2 and the Switch 1, which we already knew about that. And then Apex Legends, a Nintendo Switch 2 version, will be releasing on August 5th, and you can grab an exclusive Legendary Pathfinder skin, which is available until September 16th for pretty much the Switch 2 version of Apex Legends. And then next up, Chilling by the Fire, which will be releasing. Actually, it's available right now on the Switch 2 eShop, so if you guys want to check it out for yourself, make sure you guys download it from the Switch 2 eShop if you guys want to check this out for yourself here. And then next up, The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, which is also another game releasing on Switch 2 in 2026. And an exclusive debut demo is also available right now on the eShop for you guys to check it out for yourself before the game does release next year. And then Just Dance 2026 edition, which of course was a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase without announcing a new Just Dance game. And this will be releasing on Switch 1 on October 14th, which again, not a huge surprise. And then Star Wars Outlaws will be available for Switch 2 on September 4th, and pre-orders are available right now on the Switch 2 eShop for Star Wars Outlaws. And this was a game I was wanting to get originally, but now I'm just like, I'm a bit 50-50 if I might actually get Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2. Maybe I might possibly, but at this point, I have like absolutely no idea if I'm gonna if I might actually get Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2. And then we have Chronos: The New Dawn. It's actually made by the studio behind the Silent Hill 2 remake, and this is releasing on Switch 2 on September 5th. What is also just a day after Star Wars Outlaws, which is pretty interesting. And then after that, we have Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, which is a remake of the original Plants vs. Zombies, and will be releasing on both Switch 2 and Switch 1 on October 23rd. And once again, pre-orders are available right now for you guys to pre-order this game. And then Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, one of the other big highlights from this partner showcase. And this is something that I know lots of people have been speculating on to come to the Switch 2 for such a long time. But also, there is going to be a Switch 1 version of this, which will be releasing on November 14th, and the pre-orders are available now for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on not only the Switch 2, but also for the Switch 1 as well. Which I'm still really surprised that there's going to be a Switch 1 version of this game as well, which is still pretty interesting. And then the next announcement, Once Upon a Katamari. I'm still hoping I said that right, because I know someone got on me to it yesterday, not being able to like pronounce it right. But this game will be releasing on Switch 1 on October 24th, and also there are pre-orders for this game as well. It looks like most of these games are available now for pre-order on the Switch 2 eShop or the Switch 1, depending on what platform you're on. And then Octopath Traveler 0, which is a prequel to Octopath Traveler, will be releasing for both Switch 2 and Switch 1 on December 4th. Yakuza Kiwami 2 and Yakuza Kiwami 1 will both be releasing on the Switch 1, and there also will be a Switch 2 upgrade path at a discounted price, and both of them will be releasing on November 13th. And then Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but the Evalis Chronicles Nintendo Switch 2 edition will be releasing on September 30th. And also, once again, pre-orders are available right now on the eShop, with also a Switch 1 version as well. Persona 3 Reload is releasing on Switch 2 on October 23rd. Hella is releasing on Switch 2 in 2026. And then also, there's also another game that I wanted to mention here, but I want to kind of save it for last. But some other games that were pretty much highlighted in a montage. Borderlands 4, pretty much launching on Switch 2 on October 3rd. Royal Mazy Saga, Revenge of the Seven, available right now on Switch 2. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, We Follow Wonderland, is releasing this fall on the Switch. Shinobi, also available on the eShop, on the Switch 1 on August 29th, with a free demo available right now on the eShop. NBA Bounce, releasing on Switch 1 on September 26th. And Goodnight Universe, both launching for Switch 2 and Switch 1 on November 11th. And then, the big game that I was most looking forward to, and if you guys watched my live reaction on yesterday's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, this is one of the games I seriously got super hyped for. And that is Pac-Man World 2 Repack, a full remake of the original Pac-Man World 2 that I remember from my childhood, playing a lot of it back in the day when I was a kid. It is going to begin in a full-on remake and releasing on both Switch 2 and Switch 1 on September 26th. And also pre-orders are available right now on the Switch eShop of both Switch 1 and Switch 2. And so yeah, those are all the games that were pretty much highlighted in yesterday's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Once again, the two big highlights for me personally, obviously the one I just mentioned, Pac-Man World 2 Repack, and then also Madden NFL 26, finally getting our first ever look at what the Switch 2 version of Madden NFL 26 looks like. So, honestly, really cannot, I know I've been saying this a lot still, Pac-Man World 2 Repack, still absolutely cannot wait to, pick up that game. I've already pre-ordered it right now on the Switch 2, so, when that game does come out, we're obviously going to be doing a full-on playthrough of Pac-Man World 2 Repack, doing a full playthrough event on this channel. And so, yeah, what do you guys think about all the announcements that were made during yesterday's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase? And let me know also which one of these announcements were your personal favorite. And of course, if you guys have any thoughts about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. And alright, let's move on to our next news item of the stream. And this is also some other big news that we pretty much got earlier this week. Mario Paint has been announced for the SNES Nintendo Switch Online service. And we also already did a full gameplay of this, showcasing Mario Paint on the SNES Switch Online service. Which I recommend you guys go check it out right here on the channel. If you guys want to see us play through showcase Mario Paint on the SNES Switch Online service right here on the channel. But this information is coming from NintendoEverything.com, and we have the full details about Mario Paint on the SNES Switch Online service. Just in case you guys want to know what kind of information we have for this game on the NSO service. And so this is what the article says here. As a surprise out of nowhere, Nintendo has just released Mario Paint on Switch Online. A big feature that mouse support is included. You can either use the Joy-Con 2 or a compatible USB mouse. Now that the Switch 2 has launched, Nintendo may have felt this was a fitting time to have it ready. A subscription to the expansion pack tier is not required, so all Nintendo Switch Online members can access it. And here's a brief overview of Mario Paint here. The 1992 Super NES game turns the system into a canvas with an array of colors and drawing tools. available to create digital works of art. You can even animate your drawings and compose music to craft your own video creations. Get ready to unlock your inner artist using the Joy-Con 2 controller's mouse functionality on Switch 2, or by using a compatible USB mouse sold separately on a Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch OLED model system. And just like in the original game, you can access the coloring book feature featuring fun designs and character art, or play the Nat Attack training game for some extra mouse control fun. We'll also mention on that topic of mouse controls, 2 other Nintendo Switch Online games now support them. The functionality has now been added for Mario's Super Picross and Ubunga's Ambition, and they have a full overview trailer of Mario Paint on the SNES Switch Online service. And that's not the only thing that Mario Paint related that we have here, as that is also on the same day. Also, it just got added to Nintendo Music as well. So, not only Mario Paint got added to the SNES Switch Online service, and it's also got some of the music also got added to the Nintendo Music app as well. So, if you guys want to check out Mario Paint for yourself on the SNES Switch Online service, make sure that you have a Switch Online subscription. Not only if you have like the regular one, but also if you have the expansion pack one. It doesn't really matter which one you have. Just if you're a Switch Online, if you have a Switch Online subscription and have the SNES app already downloaded on either your Switch 1 or your Switch 2, highly recommend checking this out because it's a pretty cool game now. Being able to create and draw stuff and animate stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in this game, and I personally really enjoyed it myself when I did that gameplay on this game. And plus, also, if you guys want to check out the soundtracks of Mario Paint on the Nintendo Music app, like I always say, highly recommend you guys download the Nintendo Music app so you guys can listen to any soundtracks from Mario Paint on the Nintendo Music app. So, yeah, once again, like I already mentioned before, this was once again very much a welcome addition to the NSL library. And of course, obviously, when Nintendo mentioned about mouse controls on the Switch 2, it was already obvious they were going to announce Mario Paint anytime soon on the NSL. And look what happened. Nintendo finally announced Mario Paint on NSL, and once again, this is once again a pretty huge deal for this, with Mario Paint available on the service. And this was something that was announced out of absolutely nowhere. That even on this night when they announced Mario Paint coming to NSL, it was like I saw the announcement, and I'm like, I gotta get on here to record a video on this and let you guys know about that. Which obviously we already talked about that already here on the channel as well. So yeah, what do you guys think about Mario Paint being added to the SNES Switch Online service, and also the game getting added to Nintendo Music? And of course, if you guys have any thoughts about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. And speaking of the SNES app on Switch Online, there was also some other stuff that other interesting stuff that got added to the SNES app with I guess with the update actually. So now the SNES Switch Online the SNES app on Switch Online now supports button mapping and a brand new CTR filter. So this is pretty much the same thing that the N64 got when that pretty much got updated for the Switch 2. Now it looks like the SNES is pretty much getting that same treatment, just like the N64 Switch Online did. And this information, once again, is coming from NintendoEverything.com, and this is the information that we have for this here. And so, this is what the article says here. A couple of interesting nuggets have come to light following yesterday's update for the SNES app on Nintendo Switch Online. First, a big addition is the inclusion of button mapping. If you're not liking the setup Nintendo has in place for a particular game, you can now change things to your heart's content. And if you mess up something or change your mind, you can always revert to the original default mapping. And of course, on the actual article itself, they have a little bit of a look about pretty much what the button mapping pretty much looks like when you want to do the button mapping stuff on the SNES Switch Online app. And elsewhere, as mentioned, the CTR mode has also been updated for the NSO SNES app. Fans are saying that its appearance is now similar to that of the N64 and GameCube apps, just with an NTCS video style filter. Sorry, I can't even talk once again. So they also do have screenshots of what it actually looks like if you actually do enable the CRT filter on the SNES app. These two updates were likely overlooked by many given last night's excitement. Out of nowhere, Nintendo announced to release Mario Paint on the SNES app for Switch Online worldwide and you can catch up on that news and watch the official trailer on the article itself, which we already just talked about that. So yeah, it looks like Nintendo has added again with updating the SNES app. Not only adding Mario Paint to the service, but also adding button mapping, and also a brand new CRT filter that it can enable on the SNES app once again. Now, I'm not really 100% sure if this also is available for Switch 1. I would assume it is, but and more than likely it might be also on the Switch 1 as well. Most obviously on the Switch 2, but on the other one, it might most likely be on there as well, but I could be completely wrong about that. But it's really cool that Nintendo decided to add those kind of features for the SNES app. Now that they did that for N64, of course, obviously I had to do it for this one here as well. So yeah, what do you guys think about what Nintendo did with the SNES app and a brand new button mapping and CRT filters for the SNES Switch Online app? And of course, if you have any thoughts about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. And alright, speaking of Switch updates, we now have a brand new firmware update for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is the new version is now 20.3.0. So if you have not yet updated your Switch 2 yet, highly recommend you guys that we do so to make sure you guys are up to date on this latest firmware update for Switch 2. And this information is coming from NintendoEverything.com, and this is the information that we have for this brand new firmware update for the Switch 2. And this is what the article says here. System updates are still going now for Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch 1. Yes, by the way, this is also available on Switch 1 as well, to let you guys know. And now, version 20.3.0 is live. This firmware is rolling out for both systems now. Keeping in line with most updates, more stability improvements have been implemented, at least at the moment. That's all Nintendo is saying. And this is what the official details that we have for this firmware update from Nintendo themselves. So with this update, general system stability improvements to enhance the user's experience. So no brand new features, no themes, no folders, none of that stuff in this update. And it's once again another system stability update. Version 20.2.0 only came out for both systems a couple weeks ago. This also featured stability improvements, though there were a couple of bug fixes as well. And you can catch up on those patch notes on the article itself once again. One thing we'll point out is that Nintendo's patch notes are always comprehensive. For example, with the previous firmware, we discovered that over 20 Nintendo Switch 1 games have been fixed on Nintendo Switch 2 for backwards compatibility after installing the update. And they have a full list of all the games on there as well. And also, there's another update that they did also share with this new update. So we have a couple of tidbits about the latest firmware update not covered in the patch notes. First, the web browser was updated. We're also hearing that at least one of the changes made seems to be a security-related bug fix. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Also, what they also did highlight in this brand new update for the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 firmware update. Once again, nothing really like too surprising and nothing really too big. It's just stuff that trying to balance out. There was any bugs with the last firmware update or just anything in general that they needed to fix. Of course, obviously, they wanted to release this firmware update. So, once again, to let you guys know, a brand new firmware update for not only the Switch 1, but also for the Switch 2 is out now. With version 20.3. Wait, what was the update again? It was 20.3.0. For pretty much, like I said, not only for Switch 1, but also for Switch 2 as well. So, just wanted to let you guys know about that once again. And, like I keep saying, if you guys have not yet updated your Switch 1 or Switch 2 to this update yet, make sure you guys have a get on that, definitely immediately if you guys have not yet already. Well, we also have another update to another game that pretty much is only for the Switch 2, obviously. Mario Kart World! This game has gotten another update, with version 1.2.0, and this is one of the biggest updates that has ever released for this game, and pretty much a good one. They've been making up from after the last update where people were complaining about some of the voting system on the when it's online and whatnot. Nintendo pretty much changed that in the last update, but it looks like they have finally listened to the fans and have finally given them what they've wanted and what they pretty much complained about during the previous update that released for Mario Kart World recently. And so this information is once again coming from NintendoEverything.com, and this is the information that we have for this year. And so this is what the article says here. Mario Kart World just received a big update with version 1.2.0. One of the takeaways is that Nintendo has increased the frequency of lifetime courses that appear when choosing the next course in versus race and wireless races. And that was the one thing everybody kept on complaining about with the previous Mario Kart World update was that right there. And it looks like Nintendo has finally listened to the fans, and they've addressed that issue. This was previously changed. It's less of controversy. Nintendo seems to have swung things back a bit in a response. There's plenty of other things here as well. One of the big changes is that CPUs have been made weaker in everything outside of battle mode. There are also some other adjustments, fixes, and more. And there's a lot of stuff that they pretty much like fixed and added in this brand new update. Which of course we're not really going to go through every single one of them, but just once again wanted to kind of highlight the bigger stuff that was like fixed in this update. Once again, 3-lock courses appear more often for voting, and also CPUs were nerfed, and all the other modes except for battle mode. So yeah, pretty good news once again for you Mario Kart World fans that were, worrying about like the last update where pretty much the voting system wasn't really like the best with trying to vote for a course in online races and also local wireless. Nintendo thankfully has listened to the fans, and they've addressed that issue, so no longer people are going to be complaining about that. And finally got what they wanted once again, so. But yeah, what do you guys think about this new update for Mario Kart World, version 1.2.0, and with some of the bigger stuff that Nintendo has addressed and pretty much fixed in this update? And once again, if you guys have not yet updated Mario Kart World to version 1.2.0 yet, I recommend you guys that we do once again, to make sure you guys are once again on the latest update for this game once again. So once again, if you guys have any thoughts about this update, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. And also, the next game that just got an update as well, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, about the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, as there was pretty much something that got fixed with when playing Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury on the Switch 2 specifically. And this information is coming from NintendoEverything.com. And once again, this is the information that we have for this new update for Mario 3D World on not only Switch 1, but also on the Switch 2 as well. And so this is what the article says here with the details. A new version of 1.2.1 update is now rolling out for Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Nintendo says some issues have regarding how the game plays on Switch 2 have been fixed. Nothing specific though, as usual. Regardless, here's the official notes for this update. So for general, fix the issue with the system behavior when playing on Switch 2. And note, has local user compatibility with version 1.2.0 and version 1.1.1, or 1.1.0 I meant. Does not have local user compatibility with version 1.0.0. Please be careful of the update version on each player's system. Mario Kart World has also received an update though, to elaborate a much bigger one. And of course you already read about that already, just a few moments ago. So yeah, once again, just like I mentioned before, if you guys have not yet updated Mario 3D World on the Switch 1 or the Switch 2 to version 1.2.1, I would recommend you guys that we do so to make sure you guys are, like I keep saying, on the latest update for this game once again. So, like, I haven't been on Mario 3D World on my Switch. I mean, I played the game already before, but I didn't really experience any of what they were talking about in the patch notes for during the previous update for Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury on the Switch 2. But if you guys have experienced that, let me know in the comments if you guys have experienced what they actually were talking about and what they fixed in the new update for Mario 3D World on Switch 2. Well, yeah, what do you guys think about this once again? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts. As always, what do you guys think about this new update for 3D World? Not only on Switch 1, but on Switch 2 as well. And alright, the next news item, we also do have a brand new overview trailer for Dragon Drive on the Switch 2, which I was gonna react to this like during the show, like not watch the trailer yet, and just pretty much save it for to react to it during the show here. But I've already watched it ahead of time. But of course we're still gonna cover it here for you guys, in case you guys want to know what was talked about in the brand new overview trailer for Dragon Drive. And so this information is coming from MyNintendoNews.com, and it's the information that we have for the all the stuff that was talked about in this new overview trailer for Dragon Drive. And so this is what the article says. It's a whole new ball game when the Dragon Drive game unveils a new kind of 3-on-3 competitive sports experience, utilizing the mouse and motion controls of both Joy-Con 2 controllers. Inspired by a mix of wheelchair basketball, wheelchair rugby, and wheelchair motocross and skateboarding. Dragon Drive lets you shoot, pass, dunk, and perform tricks when it tips off on August 14th for the Switch 2 exclusively. Use the dual mouse controls to move your wheels by sliding both Joy-Con 2 controllers on a flat surface, forward to move ahead, or just move one controller to turn quickly and pivot and the other back. Once you grab the ball, simply raise your hand and flick your wrist to shoot. Rack up extra points by performing tricks like doing bunny hops, backflips, and even launching yourself off a half pipe. You can also clap, wave, and high-five your teammates using motion controls. And that's just the beginning. Hum in the all-in lobbies for matches with players from near and far. Once 6 players join, a game will automatically start. Up to 12 people can join a public park. You can also get a group of friends together, with or without game chat, to play in friend parks, which are private parks where you can pick and choose what you would like to do. Make use of 2 courts for games and play matches with up to 6 players in 1 court. You can also compete against each other in additional challenges to try and earn the top spot in your park's leaderboard. Offline, you can also play all alone against computer-controlled opponents to hone your skills. Choose from a selection of 3 different drivers to see your preferred play style: guard, center, or forward. Each driver has their own stats, so be sure to find the one that complements your game. Looking for a change of pace? Hop off the court and race around a track in the Circuit Sprint minigame. Compete in shooting contests or park-wide minigames like Rebound Scramble, Jump Rope to practice bunny hopping, and more. Complete challenges to earn in-game trophies and unlock customizable helmets, which can be used to personalize your driver's appearance. Match them up with your choice of armor, frames, and tires. Customize colors and add your preferred number to complete your look. Can't wait to get in the game? Nintendo is hosting a Dragon Drive Global Jam Demo event on August 9th and August 10th. Nintendo Switch 2 players with Nintendo Switch Online memberships can get a sneak peek of the game at select times prior to launch. For the full schedule, you can visit Nintendo's online website to get the full details of this Dragon Drive demo. And the Dragon Drive Global Jam Demo will run at the times listed. Download the demo and shoot hoops with your friends during these times. And of course, we already talked about it before, but to kind of let you guys know the dates and the times for the Dragon Drive demo. So on August 9th, the first one will be from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for 6 a.m. Eastern to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the first online demo for Dragon Drive. And then on the same day, it'll be from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way until midnight Eastern Standard Time on August 9th. And then on August 10th, 4 p.m. It'll be about 12 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They listen them in Pacific Time, so it's kind of hard to tell what they actually mean by that. I don't even know why they were listing as Pacific Time when technically here on the East Coast it's pretty much Eastern Standard Time, obviously. So yeah, that's all the information that we have in terms of the what was talked about in the Dragon Drive demo for the Switch 2. Pretty much an overview trailer for Dragon Drive. And very much also highlighting the demo for this game as well. So, pretty cool stuff what they had to mention here. With all the information that we have for this game. I know a lot of people are still pretty split on this. Either people aren't going to get it or they're just going to be passing on this. I am still going to check it out for myself. I once again already have the full game pre-ordered on the Switch 2. And obviously we're going to be definitely streaming this when it comes out on August 14th. Which once again, the same day as Madden 26 also releases on Switch 2 as well. So, on August 14th, you'll definitely do want to stay tuned for not only our live gameplay on Madden 26 on the Switch 2, but also we'll showcase Dragon Drive as well. And also to let you guys know, I could stream the demo for you guys next week, but I'm going to be super, super busy all next week, and I'm unfortunately not going to be streaming all next week, especially when the demo comes out. But maybe I might still check it out though, who knows, but overall we will be showcasing the full game when it comes out pretty much in a couple weeks from now. But yeah, what do you guys think about all the information that was shared for Dragon Drive with this brand new overview trailer? And of course, if you guys have any thoughts about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And alright, the next news item, we once again have a brand new Maximus Cup that has just been announced for Tetris 99. And this one is for Donkey Kong Bonanza So this is pretty much the next Maximus Cup that we have for Tetris 99. The theme is this time Donkey Kong Bonanza, which does make sense because the game just launched and a good way to get some advertising for the game as well. And this information is coming from NintendoEverything.com, and this is the information that we have for this Maximus DK Bonanza Maximus Cup on Tetris 99. And so this is what the article says here. Nintendo is preparing a 48th Maximus Cup, which can provide players with the new Donkey Kong Bonanza theme. It's been announced. This is actually the first promotion of the Nintendo Switch 2 era. However, the rules are the same as usual. You'll just need to reach 100 points. Higher placement in matches gives more points in order to unlock the Donkey Kong Bonanza theme in Tetris 99. It will have background art, music, and Tetramino designs based on the title. This goes without saying, but you'll need a Nintendo Switch Online membership in order to play. The Tetris 99 48th Maximus Cup is planned to begin on August 1st, which is today, once again, by the time we're recording this. So it begins today on August 1st, and lasts all the way until August 4th. And you can also check out the trailer, which obviously we're playing it right now for you guys on the screen. And so yeah, it's pretty cool stuff how this is pretty much the first ever Maximus Cup to advertise a Nintendo Switch 2 game. It feels kind of weird that they didn't do one of these for like Mario Kart World, because it would have been cool to do one of these for Mario Kart World. I feel like one might come a little bit later on, but pretty cool to do it. They're doing a Maximus Cup in Tetris 99 specifically for Donkey Kong Bonanza once again. So if you guys want to check this out, make sure you guys are once again a Switch Online member, and you guys can check. If you guys are, then you can check this out right now from today all the way until August 1st. To try to get this DK Bonanza theme that you guys are seeing right now on your screen. So yeah, what do you guys think about this new Maximus Cup that just got announced for Tetris 99, and with the theme being DK Bonanza? And if you have any thoughts about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd also love to hear your thoughts on this. And alright, let's move on now to our next news item. And I did not even expect this, but this is pretty cool that this is pretty cool stuff for this one specific game. And that is Fall Guys. If you want to play Fall Guys on the Switch 2, obviously, if you're playing this on Switch 2, it's actually the Switch 1 version that you're playing. And this time, if you're playing Fall Guys on the Switch 2, it has now gotten a brand new performance update, where you can now play on the Switch 2 Fall Guys at 60 frames per second. So no longer are you playing Fall Guys on the Switch 2 at 30 frames per second, like how you were on Switch 1. And it's now gotten an enhancement update where it now adds up to 60 frames per second when you're playing Fall Guys on the Switch 2. And so this information is coming from NintendoEverything.com, and this is the information that we have for the performance update for Fall Guys on the Switch 2. And so this is what the article says here. Fall Guys is the latest example of a Nintendo Switch game that's seen an improvement on Switch 2 with an update. The title issued its next big patch, which is Tropical Tides. Tucked away in the official notes is one line about Nintendo Switch 2, and it states, and I quote, "We have uncapped FPS on Nintendo Switch 2, allowing the game to run on up to 60 frames per second on that platform. As of now, there's no word on a native Nintendo Switch 2 version of Fall Guys. However, it should now run better than it previously did through backwards compatibility. For Nintendo Switch 1 players, the title will continue to max out at 30 frames per second. However, performance has struggled on that platform, and we don't see any signs of future improvements. There's quite a bit more to the update itself. Mediatonic prepare new levels, summer-inspired costumes, and much more. And you can catch up on the official update in the actual article for yourself there. This follows the news that we just heard about Sama, I think that's how you say it. The Nintendo Switch game also received several Switch 2 improvements with the new update, and then they also have the full details on that as well. But yeah, pretty good news once again. If you've been playing Fall Guys on the Switch 2, if you're playing this on Switch 2, you'll now be able to have an uncapped frame rate where it can go up to 60 frames per second, only if you're playing on Switch 2. But unfortunately, if you're still playing Fall Guys on Switch 1, it looks like there's going to be no improvements for it. The Switch 1 version, obviously, is still, if you're playing this on Switch 1, it's still going to be running at 30 frames per second. But good news for a lot of you guys that have been playing this on the Switch 2. And who knows in the future, if we do get a native Switch 2 version of Fall Guys sometime in the near future, which it's already quite obvious, and we might get one possibly sometime in the future, but it's good to see that at least we have this so far. to look forward to once again. So yeah, what do you guys think about Fall Guys? Now having an uncapped frame rate of 60 frames per second if you're playing this on Switch 2. And of course, if you have any thoughts about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And alright, the next news item, we do have now some official pre-order bonuses that just got listed for Pokemon Legends EA on the Switch 1 and also on the Switch 2. And some of the pre-order bonuses that we have, some of these are actually pretty interesting now. That of course we're gonna highlight and talk about some of these here to let you guys know about some of the retailers that are offering pre-order bonuses if you do pre-order Pokemon Legends EA, depending on either the Switch 1 or the Switch 2 version. And so this information is coming from NintendoEverything.com, and they do list all the pre-order bonuses that we have for Pokemon Legends EA. So first of all, fans can pre-order Pokemon Legends EA at Best Buy, and as a bonus, they'll get the gamer mat pictured in the article yourself, which, to kind of explain like what's going on with that, in the poster, they're highlighting the full map of Lumio City and the actual poster itself with so different Pokemon that are also pictured there, with Chikorita, Tepig, and also Totodile. And 200 Pokemon, I have no idea who they are there. So that's a pre-order bonus that you get if you pre-order Pokemon Legends EA for Best Buy. And then at GameStop is also playing a bonus as well. The retailer is giving out a trench coat and pants set if you pre-order this game at GameStop. And then also at Walmart, their pre-order bonus is if you do reserve the game, you get a mystery pin of either, once again, Chikorita, Tepig, Totodile, or the actual Pokemon Legends EA logo itself in the mystery pin set. And then obviously for the Pokemon Center, of course they gotta get on this. There's also a bonus available at the Pokemon Center. By reserving the game, you'll get one first partner Pokemon pin at the Pokemon Center if you reserve the game there. And as an early purchase bonus, while not a pre-order bonus, every person that picks up the game can receive Ralts holding a Gardevoir stone as a gift until February 28th, 2026 via mystery gift. Additionally, specific to the digital version, a gift of 100 Pokeballs will also be provided via a serial code. This is also available until February 28th, 2026. And then, just like I mentioned before, we have the Pokemon Legends EA Switch 2 bundle. We also wanted to mention that a Nintendo Switch 2 bundle is planned that includes the game, so you can save a bit of cash this way if you're originally planning on picking them up separately. You can also grab the bundle at Best Buy, GameStop, and at the My Nintendo store in the UK on the bundle. And so yeah, those are all the pre-order bonuses that we have for Pokemon Legends EA. Once again, the retailers that are listed so far, we have Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, and Pokemon Center. Pretty much those are the only retailers that are doing pre-order bonuses for this game. So very interesting once again, but personally for myself, I'm unfortunately not going to be able to get some of these pre-order bonuses from these retailers, because obviously, for one, I'm getting the Switch 2 version, and second of all, since I'm getting the Switch 2 version, I'm getting it digital, because all the Switch 2 generation, I'm getting all my Switch 2 games digital once again. So even though it will be cool to get some of these pre-order bonuses from these other physical retailers. But yeah, what do you guys think about these pre-order bonuses that have been mentioned for Pokemon Legends EA? And let me know also in the comment section down below, which one of these retailers are they going to be pre-ordering Pokemon Legends EA from? And which one of these pre-order bonuses are you planning on picking up from one of these retailers? And so yeah, if you guys have any thoughts about this, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And alright guys, so we got two more news items that we're going to be talking about during today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup. And our next news item is NBA 2K26. We have now gotten official details on NBA 2K26, not only on the other platforms, but mainly specifically for the Switch 2 as well, because the Switch 2 is obviously going to be getting NBA 2K26 as well. And so this information is coming from NintendoEverything.com, and there's all the details the brand new details that we have for NBA 2K26, even on the Switch 2 as well. And so this is what the article says here with the details. 2K offer details about gameplay enhancements coming to NBA 2K26 on Gen 9 systems, including Nintendo Switch 2. A big element that the publisher is touting as the motion engine, which is to be said to be the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21. 2K is also promising more authenticity, personalization, and renewed focus on skill-based gameplay with enhanced rhythm shooting, new enhanced controls on offense, and much more. Other features planned include an evolution for pro play, tech that translates actual NBA footage into gameplay and realistic animations, enhanced rhythm shooting, new advanced controls on offense, and more. And they do have a list of all the stuff that they're also adding for, or what they're very much talking about with NBA 2K26, but it was once again a lot of stuff here that we're not going to have that much time to read all the details here, but, so yeah, if you guys do want to get NBA 2K26 on the Switch 2 and all the other platforms, the game will be made available on September 5th, 2025. Now, unfortunately, there was no signs of like pre-orders for NBA 2K26 on Switch 2. I believe it's already available for pre-order on the other systems like PlayStation and Xbox. But for Switch 2, it looks like there's no sign of pre-orders for this game yet on Switch 2. Which, if there actually is pre-orders that go out for this game, we will definitely let you guys know and keep you guys updated. If there's any pre-orders that go out for 2K26 on the Switch 2. Well, of course, obviously, I'm definitely going to be getting this. Because I only played a little bit of NBA 2K18 on the Switch 1. But I only touched it once and never went back to it since then. So I'll definitely be giving 2K26 another try on the Switch 2. And it still is really cool that this is going to be the Gen 9 version. So everything that PlayStation and Xbox are getting, the Switch 2 is also going to be getting those specific things. Because the Switch 2 version of NBA 2K26 is going to be the Gen 9 version like the other platforms. So yeah, what do you guys think about the information that was shared on NBA 2K26 on the Switch 2 and all the other platforms? And of course, if you guys have any thoughts about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And alright, the final news item that we have in the stream, and this one might be a pretty big one. Kirby Air Riders. It looks like the game has now been rated, thanks to a brand new ESRB rating for Sony Arabaya, I think that's how you say it actually. So yeah, pretty much Kirby Air Riders, it's just got a brand new rating. Like I said, Sony Arabara. I'm so sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Arabaya. I mean, again, don't get on me for that. If I'm mispronouncing it there. But anyways, this information is coming from MyNintendoNews.com, and this is the information we have for Kirby Air Riders. Pretty much just getting rated, and Saudi Arabia. And so, this is what the information says here. The long-awaited new installment in the Kirby Air Rider series has just been rated in Saudi Arabia and given a 7+ age rating. Apparently, games are only rated in Saudi Arabia when development is complete. If true, then the game's release shouldn't be too far off. Nintendo has simply stated that Kirby Air Riders is going to be coming out sometime in 2025. And so yeah, looks like this is pretty good news, with Kirby Air Rider finally getting officially rated. So that pretty much just means, hopefully pretty soon we should be getting some more official details on Kirby Air Riders sometime pretty soon here. Which of course, obviously, they never got to start talking about this game, because we still have no new information and no new gameplay details, nothing on Kirby Air Riders ever since then. Like, the only piece of Kirby Air Riders information that we got was only this here. A small little teaser with CGI gameplay, and that was pretty much it there. Nothing else besides that, especially with Sakurai working on the game as well. So, yeah, pretty good news once again for Kirby Air Riders. It looks like now pretty soon, like I said, now the game's got rated, we hopefully should be getting more details, and hopefully an official release date for this game sometime pretty soon here. Similar to what happened with like Metroid Prime 4 and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, seems like Kirby Air Riders also got the same thing as well. So yeah, what do you guys think about this this information that was shared about Kirby Air Riders now being officially getting rated? And do you guys think also we should hopefully be getting more gameplay details about Kirby Air Riders here pretty soon now that the game got rated? And so yeah, if you guys have any thoughts about this, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this once again. But alright guys, those are all the new details and all the news that we have for today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup. So right now, real quick, before we wrap things up, we're now going to go to the stream chat, and we're going to see what you guys thought about all these different news topics that we discussed throughout the show. So yeah, if you guys have any more thoughts about all the stuff that we shared in today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup, once again, drop your thoughts in the chat once again here, and we will definitely try to read you guys' thoughts here. And of course, if you guys are still enjoying today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup, make sure you guys once again give the stream a thumbs up, and once again subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. If you guys want to see on the day more upcoming episodes of Nintendo News Roundup next time in the near future as well. So yeah, let me go ahead and see what you guys are saying right now in chat. And also to give shout outs to everybody that's been in the chat with us. We have Internet Super Shadow, we have Aiden Crossing, we have Tails, and then we also have Aura Plays that have been tuning in with us here, so shout outs to those following people that have been here with us the whole time during the show. Alright, so let's see what you got. Let's see what you guys are saying right now in chat. See, Aiden said, today is my grandma's birthday. Yay! Happy birthday to your grandmother right there, Aiden. Very big happy birthday to her. Let's see, Aura asked, are they getting the deluxe edition? Wait, what deluxe edition do you mean? Not sure what you mean, Aura. Detail said, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and Pac-Man World 2 repack for me, for my favorite partner direct announcements. Yeah, honestly, no, Pac-Man World 2, like I said, that was ever the big one for me. And at Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, still really surprised they're gonna have a Switch 1 version of that as well. Because I really thought if Dragon Ball Sparking Zero did get announced for Switch 2, it was all gonna be for Switch 2. But no, it's also coming to Switch 1 as well. So I'm really shocked about that. See, pretty innovative that they managed to get Mario Paint working with a compatible mouse. Yeah, that's that. Props to Nintendo for being able to like implement that and whatnot. So, do you think we'll get a Switch 2 Lite soon? Probably most likely, yeah. Just like we've seen during the Switch 1 generation. Let's see. Fall Guys is dead, lol. Yeah, at this point, yeah, Fall Guys is definitely dead. I mean, even though myself, I've not been on the game since. It's been such a long time since I've been on Fall Guys myself. Let's see, I'm definitely going to be playing Fall Guys on Switch 2. It ran like garbage on Switch 1, so much frame drops on there. I mean, it ran fine, though. I mean, I guess it ran fine, though, but yeah, there were definitely some noticeable frame drops in the Switch 1 version of Fall Guys. So there's a price tag for Legends EA for pretty much that price. Well, overall, it's $70 actually if you add it all up for Pokemon Legends EA. So yeah. Oh, then of course I see Tails and Andrew doing a little debate there. I can definitely see that. It's seeing that Andrew's being naughty, which that is still true to this day. So, but anyways, I don't think there's much more else to talk about in terms of the different news topics we discussed during today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup. So yeah, if you guys have any more thoughts about all the stuff we discussed in the show today, keep on letting me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And so we'd love to hear your thoughts about all the stuff we pretty much talked about in today's episode of the show once again. So, anyways, I think on that note, that's overall going to do it for today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup. So, hope everybody enjoyed this, and for everybody that came by for the stream once again, thanks everybody for tuning into the stream right here. And like I said, make sure you guys stay tuned at 10:30 AM EST Standard Time in about 10 or 15 minutes from now, where we're pretty much going to be doing the next episode of DK Bonanza. So, if you guys are also members in our Discord server, I will be hopping into the voice chat. Right as soon as I play the outro, I will be hopping into the Discord chat then, so if you guys want to be prepared for that. If you guys are members in our Discord server, and of course we'll be handing out then during DK Bonanza as well. But if you guys overall enjoyed today's episode of Nintendo News Roundup, make sure guys, as always, once again, give the stream a thumbs up on your way out. And if you guys are brand new to the channel too, make sure guys, as always, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure guys turn on all notifications. Tonight I'm sending more upcoming episodes of Nintendo News Roundup every single Friday, and also keep up to date on more upcoming Nintendo and Nintendo Switch 2 content next in the near future. And I also will try my best before I go live to make sure I fix some of the technical difficulties that we're going to unfortunately experience during the beginning of the stream. But I will try to run some tests before we go live for DK Bonanza to make sure everything runs all good. And hopefully, fingers crossed, during the next streams, we won't have any more technical issues. But until then, that's going to do it for me here for your boy Nintendo Logan. And I'm going to be signing off with the stream. And we'll, of course, see you guys here in about 10 or 15 minutes for the next episode of Donkey Kong Bonanza. So, peace out, love you guys, God bless, have a great day, watch your one-ups, be blessed, and we'll see you guys here in a few minutes for DK Bonanza. So, we'll see you guys then, and may God bless you. What's up, Joy-Con gang? I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you guys want to stay up to date on more upcoming videos in the near future on this channel, make sure you guys click that subscribe button to be a part of our amazing Joy-Con gang community. Plus, also, be sure to enable that notification bell to all to be notified and not miss a single new upload on this channel every single week. And if you all also wanted to stay up to date on more upcoming events for this channel and even see some exclusive behind the scenes stuff as well, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at NintendoLoganYT for exclusive posts you will not see anywhere else on this channel in the future, from posting my amiibos or whatever kind of stuff you guys want to see on my Instagram, and especially in the near future, maybe do some like live Instagram hangouts with you guys as well. And lastly, if you all enjoy all the moments that we have on the channel as well, make sure you guys consider checking out our Nintendo Logan Clips channel as well, which is pretty much our second YouTube channel, when we upload new clips on there every Monday and Wednesday, where you can check out all of our past funny and epic moments that I bet you guys will definitely enjoy for sure there, because we got a lot of funny clips on there once again. And of course, if you guys do none of that, as I always say, one person very in particular is going to be saying, what's wrong with you if you guys don't do none of that? And that's pretty much right to Feasme. He's going to be telling you what's wrong with you until you do all the stuff you guys see on the right side of me here. And I do promise you guys that. So, alright, but anyways guys, so that's going to do it for your boy Nintendo Logan here for this video. And I'm going to be signing off for this video once again. So, I will see you guys in the next video. And peace out. I love you guys. God bless. And have a great day, everybody. Peace out, Joy-Con gang.